So what you can do, you can download this EVNG disk 1, Windows 7 image, this Windows 7 image. Do you have VMware Workstation application?
No.
Okay,
I
so
don't
no
have
problem.
access.
Please download this VMware Workstation application and this key file. So EVNG disk 1, EVNG OVF, and EVNG MF. Try to download these files only for our lab setup. What? Let me tell you again. First EVNG disk, Windows 7 X32, EVNG OVF, EVNG MF, VMware Workstation, and key file. So try to download these 6 files. Clear now?
Yeah, clear.
Perfect. So let's move on to the topic. Okay, so lab setup software, please try to download all the files, and Wednesday, I can help you on Wednesday to set up the lab, or Thursday we can set up the lab.
Okay, sure.
Well, okay, so today 23, 24, and 25 we will do our session. We will discuss our topic, and on Thursday I can help you to set up the lab on your laptop.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start our topic discussion. So the first topic is called basic configuration. Basic configuration, you can say day one on Cisco ASA firewall. So here I can tell you how what is the product family in Cisco ASA firewall. What is the product family? Because we guys are familiar with the Cisco routers, Cisco switches series, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So like other vendor, in case if I'm working with Cisco ASA firewall box, so I need to know which series of firewall box is suitable for my organization. In case if I'm working in a small network, or in case if I'm working in a big network. So here we can discuss product family, and what is the feature? What is the feature we have in Cisco ASA firewall? Because in market we have multiple vendor for firewall technology. We have multiple vendors like Palo Alto. If you go with the Palo Alto, or Fortinet is a vendor. Fortinet is a vendor. Cisco Checkpoint, CCSA, Checkpoint Firewall Box, Sophos, Barracuda, okay, Juniper, multiple vendors we have for firewall technique. So, but in case, see, right now we are working with Cisco ASA, so we need to know the feature. What feature we have in Cisco ASA? After feature discussion, yes, you can go for the basic configuration. Basic configuration means what? All basic command on Cisco ASA firewall. How to access Cisco ASA through console, through telnet, through SSH. Okay, we can discuss all the basic command options. So this topic is related with basic configuration. Clear my point?
Yeah, clear.
After basic configuration, you can go on to the interface configuration. So yes, like other vendor, you can work with the physical interfaces. You can go with the logical interfaces option. Logical interfaces means what? We can create sub interfaces. Physical interface means what? We can configure our LAN interface, WAN interface, DMZ interface. So how to configure interface, how to configure IP address, we'll discuss. Now, traffic flow through the firewall box. Right now, we are working with Cisco ASA. So we need to discuss what is the packet flow, how traffic is traveling through the Cisco ASA firewall. But if you go with the Palo Alto, if you go with the Checkpoint firewall box, if you go with the Fortinet, traffic flow is different. So in Cisco ASA, we can focus on only Cisco ASA traffic flow, how traffic is traveling. Now remember, always Cisco ASA firewall box always works with a concept is called security level. Cisco ASA works with security level concept. If you go with the Palo Alto, for example, or Cisco Firepower Threat Defense, Cisco FTD, it's a Cisco next generation firewall, or if you go with the checkpoint device. So these are what? These are JBF firewall box. They all are working with this technique is called JBF, zone based firewall. Palo Alto, FTD, and checkpoint. Fortinet is not a zone based firewall box. Fortinet is a separate. Cisco ASA is not a zone based firewall box. Cisco ASA works with security level concept. What is security level? What is the use of security level in Cisco ASA? We will discuss in detail, but right now I'm giving you the basic idea. Paul, I'm giving you the basic idea. Cisco
Yeah,
ASA works with security level concept.
the ASA can be used as a zone-based firewall.
No.
No, no. Okay.
ASA is not a zone-based firewall box. Remember always.
Okay.
Its work with the concept is called security level only.
Secret level. Okay.
Now, how to configure telnet and SSH in case I want to manage my Cisco ASA firewall box from a remote location, or I want to access through telnet, through SSH, how to configure. We can discuss in telnet and SSH configuration. After that, you can go with the routing concept. Routing is a common topic. And see, for routing, we have a dedicated device. It's called router. On router, you can configure routing like remember from CCNA classes, static routing. Remember static,
Yeah,
default,
default, dynamic. Yeah, those.
and dynamic routing. So, like other vendor, Cisco is giving you the option to configure routing on firewall box. Because if you want to allow traffic from one network to another network, you need to configure routing on your L3 device, on your L3 firewall box. And here I'm not telling you the storyline, Paul. I'm not telling the story. Story means what? What is static routing story? What is default routing?
Yeah, that one I
If
think
you go with the
I got
dynamic
it.
like RIP, EIGRP, OSPF. So I am not telling the storyline. Here I'm telling you how to configure it. Clear my point?
Yeah, clear. Yeah.
Perfect. After routing discussion, we can go on to the packet filtering technique. It's called ACL. ACL you can say, it's called access control list. ACL you can say, or you can say packet filtering technique. What is packet filtering technique? See, in Cisco ASA firewall box, you can filter your traffic based on source IP, destination IP, what? Source IP, destination IP, service or protocol. You can filter your traffic based on source, destination, service, and protocol. It's a common concept. If you go with the Palo Alto, if you go with the Palo Alto firewall box, so this is called security policy. If you go with the Fortinet firewall box, this is called firewall policy. If you go with the checkpoint firewall box, this is called access control policy. If you go with the FTD device, this is called access policy. So they all are the same. But yes, in each firewall box, we have some advanced option, advanced configuration option. But the concept is same. In Palo Alto, if you want to filter your traffic based on source IP, destination IP, service or protocol, you can configure security policy. In Cisco ASA firewall box, this concept is called ACL, packet filtering technique. So we can discuss ACL concept, theoretical discussion, and practical discussion. After ACL, you can move on to the NAT concept. NAT is a common topic, Paul.
Yeah.
NAT is a
Yeah,
common
got it.
concept.
Yeah.
Okay. If you remember NAT from CCNA classes, okay, CCNA. So NAT in CCNA, remember we have three type of NAT concept is called static NAT, right?
Dynamic.
Next is called dynamic NAT.
Impact.
And third option is called PAT. It's called port address translation. Port address translation. So these topics are related with CCNA, but in case if you go with the firewall, Cisco ASA firewall. So in firewall, In firewall, we can discuss source NAT and destination NAT. Source NAT and destination in Cisco Asa firewall. What is source NAT? What is destination NAT? In which scenario we can use our source NAT concept, or what is the scenario to use destination NAT concept? We will discuss, no problem. I will tell you the story first. I will explain you the scenario where we can use these options. And if we talk about implementation, so in source NAT, we can discuss static NAT option, static, dynamic, and pat. These are what? These are called source NAT. What about destination NAT? We will discuss. Only this NAT concept will take minimum 4 to 5 hours minimum. Clear now my point?
Clear. Yeah, clear.
Now, after NAT, after translation, you can go with the object group. What is object group? Object group is called advanced ACL. Advanced ACL concept. See, we all know the ACL. But here in Cisco ASA, you can go with the advanced ACL option. This is called object group. So I will discuss what is object group. We can create object group here, but this topic is called advanced ACL concept. Now the next topic is called IPv6 routing. Yes, you can configure next generation IP on Cisco ASA firewall. Okay, for example, what is IPv6? How to configure IPv6 address on firewall interfaces. In case if I want to configure IPv6 routing, so how to configure on Cisco ASA firewall box. So we have a separate section on IPv6 implementation on Cisco ASA firewall box. Next topic is called layer 2 firewall. So Paul, remember always we can use our firewall device in two mode. Either you can use your firewall box as a layer 3 or you can use as a layer 2. Layer 3 box is called NAT mode firewall, and layer 2 firewall box is called transparent firewall. Clear my point?
Yeah, clear.
See, so why layer 2? Why layer 2 firewall box? Because in case if I have a layer 3 firewall, in case if this firewall box is acting as a layer 3 firewall box, so I can configure IP address onto these interfaces. I can configure IP address onto these interfaces. Because it's a L3 firewall box, I can configure routing, VPN, NAT. Because it's a L3 firewall box. So I can configure routing, VPN, NAT, and yes, it's a firewall. It's a firewall, so we can use firewall feature. In case if this device is acting as a layer 2 firewall, for example, in case if this firewall device is acting as a layer 2 firewall box, so these interfaces are acting as a layer 2 interface. It's not a switch port, Paul.
Okay.
It's not a switch port, but these interfaces are acting as a layer 2 interfaces. It means we cannot configure IP address here.
Okay.
Clear? And this box is acting as a transparent firewall box, or you can say L2 firewall box. So we cannot configure routing here. We cannot configure VPN. We cannot do translation. No. You can say this is the limitation.
Security level still apply here?
Yes, exactly. Yes, it's a firewall. It's a firewall. Okay. It's a firewall. It's a complete firewall, Paul, so we can use firewall feature. Clear my point?
Okay, clear.
But again, here we have some issue. The point is what? In this scenario, I can use my firewall box as L2 firewall box because if you talk about L3 firewall box, if you talk about L3 firewall box, so on L3 firewall box, you can configure routing. It means this box you can connect with internet, you can configure NAT, you can do translation, you can configure VPN technology like remote access or site-to-site VPN. So we have great feature with L3 firewall box, right?
Yeah,
All.
yeah, correct.
And with layer 2, we have limitation. We have limitation. So the point is, in which scenario we can use our firewall box as a layer 2 firewall box. What is the scenario? So for this discussion, right now I'm giving you the basic idea, but for transparent firewall discussion, we have these options. We have these points. So we can discuss basic initialization. We can discuss basic initialization concept. What is basic initialization? What is the difference between layer 2 and layer 3? Why layer 2 firewall box? Okay, how to change the mode from layer 3 to layer 2? How to work with the basic command on transparent firewall box. In case if I want to configure access policy to allow our traffic, yes, we can configure access policy. Okay, in L3 firewall box, you can say access control list. In layer 2 firewall box, this concept is called access policy. Now, here we have another concept, ether type ACL. So on transparent firewall box, we can configure ether type ACL. Remember always this concept we can only use when your device is in a transparent mode. Clear?
Clear.
What is ether type ACL? I will discuss in section. But right now, yes, we have these 3 points to discuss in our layer 2 firewall box. Now, now the next topic is called redundancy. So here we can discuss interface level redundancy, and here we can discuss on two concepts. It's called redundant interface and port channel concept. So yes, like other vendor, we can create redundant interface and port channel. What is port channel? I think you are familiar
Ether
with the
channel,
port
yeah.
channel.
Ether channel, yes.
If you remember season A, so it's called ether channel, right?
Yes, that's right.
Ether channel. Same ether channel we can configure on Cisco Asa Firewall. And what is a redundant interface? I can tell you because we have both options. In which scenario we can use port channel and what is the scenario to use redundant interface? We'll discuss, no problem. The next concept is called virtual firewall. What is virtual firewall box? So we can divide our single Cisco ASA box appliance into multiple virtual firewall box. Like for example, I have a single Cisco ASA firewall box, Cisco ASA, and this ASA is connected with a switch. And this switch we have a connectivity with multiple computers, you can say, or in LAN side we have multiple departments. We have multiple departments. For example, a sales department, HR department, marketing department. So what? Sales, HR, and marketing. So my requirement is different. My requirement is different for each department. For example, my requirement is different. For example, for sales, for HR, for marketing, I want to configure separate type of NAT policies, separate type of routing configuration, separate type of VPN configuration, or you can say for sales and for HR, I want dedicated L3 firewall box for sales and HR department. But for marketing department, I want dedicated L2 firewall box. Clear my point?
Yeah, clear.
This is the scenario. What we can do in this case? What we can do as per this scenario, as per this requirement, I can purchase three separate firewall box. If I'm going with the three physical boxes, then the cost is very high. Cost is very high. Cost is very that is the reason I'm not going with the three physical boxes. What I can do, I can purchase single big box, single big box, and with the help of license, you can divide your single Cisco ASA firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box. For example, with the help of license, I'm trying to divide my single firewall box into three firewall box. It's called sales firewall. It's called sales firewall, HR firewall, and marketing firewall box. Now these interfaces are acting as a resources. These interfaces are known as resources. So now you can divide your single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box, and this time sales traffic is traveling via sales firewall box, HR traffic is traveling via HR firewall box, and marketing traffic is traveling via marketing firewall box. Okay, so we can divide in 14 in
Means,
Cisco A. Yes, yes.
sorry. That means we have many physical ports available in the ASA, or we
Yes.
can add like additional modules into that to get more interfaces.
Mhm.
Even usually
Sorry,
like
voice is very low. Can you please repeat again?
no, actually now you told me that like here I see like a 6 physical interfaces, right?
Yes, right now,
Okay.
right now, as per this topology.
So usually like I see like a 3 or 4 in
On
the
Cisco
6.
SA firewall.
Yeah. So
No,
how
no.
many
If you go with the higher model, okay.
the higher module? Okay, okay.
Yes, if you go with the higher model, for example, if you have Cisco ASA, Cisco ASA 5585, so you can get multiple ports. See,
Oh, okay.
so you can go with the higher model. So what is firewall? See, in Cisco ASA, this is called virtual firewall or security context. So you can create three contexts right now. Okay, marketing context, sales context, and HR context. Okay, now the next concept we can focus on failover. Why failover is required, and failover is a common topic. Failover is a common topic. If you go into the Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Cisco, FTD, okay, it's a common topic. It's called in Palo Alto, this concept is called high availability. High availability. In Fortinet, you can say high availability. In Checkpoint Firewall Box, you can say clustering technique. In Cisco ASA, you can say failover concept. So why failover is required? The point is what? Why failover is required? See, so let's talk about scenario. I'm giving you the basic idea. So I have a firewall device. This firewall device is connected with the switch, and in my LAN side, I have multiple computers. Okay, another connectivity with WAN side, WAN portion. So my point is what? Into this topology, everything is working fine. Like for example, here we have fast Ethernet 0/0, fast Ethernet 0/1, On 0/0, I'm using IP address 192.168.10.1, 10.1.12.1. So onto this firewall box, we are using routing, NAT, VPN. Okay, everything is working fine. You can say traffic is traveling via this firewall box. But here we have a problem, right, Paul? Into this topology, we have a problem. We have a
Yeah,
single
it's no
box right now,
redundancy.
right?
Yeah.
We have a single box. In case if this box down, in case if this box down, then in case if this box down, then you will lost your connectivity, your LAN user. They cannot go onto the internet side. They cannot go onto the internet side. They cannot access internet services. That's why what we can do, we can implement here failover. That's why what we can do, we can implement failover concept. We can add one more firewall box into this topology. One more firewall box. So this is called firewall box 2. This is your firewall box 1. Now, now you can add your firewall box. Switch 2, for example, this is switch 1. Now, so we have a second firewall box. Why I'm using second firewall box? For backup, for failover concept. In between firewall box 1 and firewall box 2, we have a link is called HA link. HA link, it's called high availability link, or you can say failover link. Failover link in between firewall box 1 and firewall box 2. Now, if we talk about failover, so we have two mode. We can discuss two mode. The first one is called active passive mode. In active passive mode, one device is acting as an active firewall box, and the next device is acting as a passive box, or standby, you can say, Paul. You can say standby device. Standby. So in active passive, you can only utilize one firewall box. The rest of the firewall into this high availability, into this failover is acting as a standby, is acting as a backup firewall box. Paul, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now see, now what we have, okay, now what we have, see, this firewall box is acting as active. It means it's a forwarded firewall box. All the traffic is traveling via this firewall box one. In case if this firewall box goes down, then this box will become active now automatically. Okay, I will show you in practically. Automatically, this second box will become active, and when this firewall box 2 will become active, the traffic will automatically travel. The traffic will automatically travel via this firewall box 2. So this concept is called active standby. In active standby, you can utilize only one firewall box. Next firewall box or second firewall box is acting as a backup or acting as a standby device. Through this HA link, or you can say through this failover link, firewall box 1, he's sending a keep alive message or hello packet. Okay, firewall box 1 is saying what? I'm active. In hello packet, he's saying what? I'm active. So firewall box 2 is what now? It's standby. In case if this box is down and firewall box 2, he is not getting any hello packet. If he's not getting any hello packet because this box is down, then this box will become active. So in active standby, you can utilize only one firewall box. In case if you go with the active box, active failover. So what is active failover? In active failover, you can utilize both the firewall box. And this practical is called active with multi-context. Multi-context. What is context? I told you. In virtual firewall box, we can create security context. So we can do active failover lab, but with multi-context option. So we have a proper lab on both topic, active standby, active active. Clear now?
Yeah, clear.
Right now, Paul, I'm giving you the basic idea, topic discussion only.
Yeah, sure. Mm.
Okay, what about deep packet inspection? So Cisco ASA firewall box, it's not a next generation firewall, it's a second generation firewall box.
Sorry to interrupt here. This ASA also can use like cluster features in the ASA.
Yes. You can go with the cluster option. You can combine multiple Cisco ASA firewall box, and they will act as a single big box. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, now let's talk about deep packet inspection. So Cisco ASA is not a next generation firewall. Remember always. Palo Alto, Checkpoint firewall box, Fortinet, Cisco, Firepower, Threat Defense. These are what? These are called next generation firewall. Cisco is a second generation firewall. If you want to learn any next generation firewall, so you have to go with the ASA first. You need to start ASA first because ASA will give you all the basic idea. So ASA is not a next generation firewall. ASA is a second generation firewall, but yes, ASA can inspect the traffic, can do deep packet inspection. It means, see, ASA cannot inspect application. For example, if you think you want to block Facebook application through ASA, no, you cannot. You want to block any malicious link through ASA, no, you cannot. Okay, so it can do deep inspection, but you cannot block application, URL category, or viruses. No, you cannot. So here we will discuss what is deep packet inspection concept in Cisco ASA. What is exactly deep packet inspection concept? Here is a topic, here is a point. Understand the deep packet inspection concept. After that, we can tune the global policy because here we have a default global policy for deep packet inspection. Default global policy. What is default global policy? Yes, I can show you. But in case, if you want to create your own custom policy, in case if you want to create your own custom policy for deep packet inspection, so yes, here is a point. Here is an option, configuring a custom policy. So into this section, we can focus on deep packet inspection concept. Clear now, Paul?
Yeah, clear. Yeah.
Now, see, if you talk about ACL configuration, if you remember our ACL config discussion, ACL configuration, NAT configuration, other configuration, we can use, we all can do, we can all can do this configuration through CLI, through CLI. We can configure NAT, we can configure ACL, we can configure interfaces through CLI option. But like other vendor, in case if I want to manage my firewall box with graphical page, then so yes, I can tell you a concept how to access or how to manage Cisco ASA firewall box with graphical page. So I can use a application here is called ASDM. Through ASDM application, I can access Cisco ASA firewall, and I can show you how to configure high availability, ACL, NAT, interface configuration, and other configuration through graphical page so that you can manage your Cisco ASA firewall with CLI option. Okay, you can manage your Cisco ASA with graphical option. Clear now?
Clear.
Okay. Now, next concept, again, it's a common concept for any firewall device. It's called VPN. VPN is called Virtual Private Network. Virtual Private Network. So only this section, VPN section will take minimum 4 to 5 hours. Only this VPN concept. Because first I will tell you what is VPN, what is the feature to use VPN concept, what is the benefit. If you talk about implementation, so yes, we can discuss two type of implementation. It's called IPsec VPN, and second, we can discuss SSL VPN implementation. In IPsec, you can focus on site to site VPN connectivity. Clear now, my point?
Yeah, clear.
And see, what is site to site exactly? We can connect multiple branch office. For example, I have a branch office. For example, I have branch office A, branch office B. If I'm connecting these two branch office over this public network, over this untrusted network, if I want to connect these two branch office in a secure manner, if I want to connect, so I can go with the site to site VPN connectivity. I can go with the site to site VPN configuration. And remember always for site to site VPN, you can go with the IPsec only. For branch to branch connectivity, you can go with the IPsec. But we have another kind of VPN implementation. It's called remote access VPN. We have another kind of VPN, remote access VPN. What is remote access VPN? In remote access VPN, outside PC, this you can say this outside PC or remote user or home user. This home user, he has a simple Wi-Fi modem at his home. Or you can say this outside PC, he has a connectivity with internet only. He has an internet connectivity or he has a connectivity with public network. That's it. Now, this outside PC or this remote user, he is trying to access company private resources, for example. He's trying to access company private resources. For example, on your DMZ side or on your LAN side, you have multiple servers. For example, web server, SMTP server, DNS server, FTP server. So this outside PC, outside user, he's trying to access company private resources over this public network. So he need to establish a connection first. He need to establish a connection first with his laptop, mobile phone, tablet. And once this connection will establish, then yes, he is allowed to access company private resources. Once this connection will establish, and the traffic in between his laptop and this VPN gateway device is fully secured, you can say, or fully encrypted. So this concept is called remote access VPN. In remote access VPN, outside user, or you can say home user or remote user can access company private resources. But first, he need to establish a remote access VPN connection. Once he successfully create a connection, create a remote access connection, then he can access company private resources. And for remote access VPN, we can either you can go with the IPsec, you can configure remote access with IPsec, or you can go with the SSL option. So our focus is on SSL. But yes, I can tell you, Paul, I can tell you what is the difference between IPsec and SSL. Clear now, my point?
Yeah, clear. Mhm.
Now, in SSL VPN, we can focus on two type of remote access VPN option. First, we can focus on a client less SSL VPN, and second is called full client. Full client. So this is what our Cisco ASA topic. I hope it's clear for you.
Yeah, it's clear.
So this is just an introduction session today. Topic discussion. Okay, we can start our topic basic about Cisco ASA Firewall box tomorrow. Okay. From tomorrow we can start our day one session. Okay, dear.
Okay, clear.
Okay. So I'm sending this recording in 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Bye, Paul, dear. Let's start our topic tomorrow. Same time, 5:30.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye. Take care, dear. Bye. Good night.